By the way, I've got something cool I want to show you to open up this episode, Crispy.
Okay, go on.
Do you see this box?
I do see a box that says Spider-Man.
What does it say?
Spider-Man.
It says Spider-Man. What do you think is going to be inside it?
A Spider-Man, perhaps?
Well, you're wrong. Guess again. You get one more free guess.
Wow, a green goblin.
What's that, baby?
Oh, it's us! Oh, wow! Oh,
it's us, baby! Look what I had shipped from the lovely Maisie, a.k.a. Barney the Cockapoo's mom.
That is ridiculous. That is so cool.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
So, we should explain context, but we'll do that in a minute. We'll do that in a minute after the intro, but look at that.
I didn't realise they were on, like, the way to you.
They're so good.
Wow.
I can't even tell you. We'll get into it, but I'm going to leave it to Dol Troy. I have no idea how the audio quality is going to be here, but Dol Troy is saying, roll the intro.
Beautiful.
So roll it. Roll it.
Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, a show where two Who-tubers talk about the best show in all of time and space, Doctor Who. I'm one of your hosts, Crispy Pro, and joining me, as per always, is the one, the only, the delightful Troy Red Archer Live. How are you?
I'm happier now that you got the intro right, because you went to do it a second ago and went, hello everyone, Crispy Pro here, and I was
he's making false accusations there.
No, it's
false
not.
accusations.
Red Archer Live erasure, you know? It's Red Archer Live erasure. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate like this tattoo fading on my... Like, I put another one of the tattoos on.
I saw that. I was like, oh, what has Troy got there?
Yeah, it's faded off. It's the little mini Ellie tattoo. I need to get some more ordered, actually. I think I'm going to do Ellie again for Liverpool Comic Con, which, by the way, is in 1 week from the time this episode going out.
Oh, crikey.
So, Troy met Matt Smith, coming soon.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to walk up to him and go, have sex, and that's just demonetised. There we go, cool.
That's the first minute of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I think we might just pull it off with the intro music in there, it's fine.
Yeah,
but yes, welcome back to the show, and now with Troy and Crispy Dolls in the background of my room for a limited time only.
Hello, lads.
I'm gonna work out somewhere to put my doll in a permanent fixture. As you can tell, my room's been a mess for about 2 or 3 months. I'm finally starting to tidy it up. It's called having too much stuff. I'm actually selling pops, Crispy. Can you believe it?
I never thought I would hear the words.
I know.
Never thought I would hear the words.
But it helps me pay by lightsabers then, doesn't it? Because
it's just a little economy you have going in that room.
Exactly.
It's just a little,
but I'm making more from selling than I'm spending, and that's what matters, right?
Correct.
That isn't true whatsoever, but it doesn't matter. That's my goal.
That's my goal. You should do.
It's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to get the doll sent out to Crispy, but we have to, again, give a shout out to Maisie, a.k.a. Barney the Cockapoo's mom, Rosie the Cockapoo's mom. She's got a couple of Cockapoos, but she's a lovely person. She knitted these dolls and sent them to me about... I don't even know now, a month, 2 months ago over Discord. She sent pictures and said, I've made these, can we get the shipment arranged? And it took a bit of doing. She sent it one way and then it didn't work. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. She went to send it to a supermarket for me to pick it up. Because obviously, you've got to protect our location as a podcaster.
Of course.
And the first place the delivery guy tried to deliver it to was at a Tesco. They just didn't take the parcel in.
Oh.
Like, there was no one there to take it in. So the photo that the delivery driver took to show that no one took it in was just a picture of an empty cashier's desk. It's just like, all right then. We worked around it. But anyway, I got a lovely card in it from Maisie, and I thought I'd just read it out. I hope she doesn't mind me reading it out, because I thought it was lovely. It's got a dog on it. Look at that.
Oh, that is adorable.
There is one for you, Crispy, so I'll get you to read yours out when you get yours.
Is there actually one for me?
Yeah, look, it's... See it in there?
Oh my goodness.
It's signed to you. I've knocked the dolls over just to show you that. They are now lying on their backs. Just like I'm going to be after this. That sounds wrong. I meant asleep, but it doesn't matter. Anyway,
that's where I thought you were going. You.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's be careful, family friendly. So, Maisie said, hi, Troy. Happy belated birthday to the podcast. Thank you for a year's work of great entertainment and all the effort that you put in. Please enjoy your crochet doll, but be aware the headphones are pinned so they can be removed, so mind your fingers. Thanks again, Maisie, a.k.a. Barney the Cockapoo's mum, a.k.a. Rosie the Cockapoo's mum, a.k.a. Cockapoos on a carousel, spot the pattern.
Wow.
So,
there is
a pattern there. There is a pattern. But yeah, so I don't know how easy it is to see. Yes, round of applause for Maisie. You can, actually, you can on the camera, you can see pins in the headphones. I have not dared remove them. I don't want to. They're perfect as they are. But, in theory, I could take the headphones off. But, I mean, me without headphones?
I've never seen you. I think they're a part of your identity to me.
Yeah, it's like I'd be naked if I didn't wear
Exactly.
headphones. Yeah.
Be
Which now makes
strange.
me want to take them off just purely for the bit, so...
Oh my gosh! Troy!
I'm going to get your audio
So
coming through my mic there. I
demonetised.
could hear how shocked you were.
So
Troy has
demonetized
ears.
there. We
Can't
are getting
believe Troy did
demonetized
the
very,
ear
very
reveal.
early.
For free? But yeah, so there you go. So thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
Love you very much for that.
Legend.
Very much appreciated. And Crispy, let's get that shipment sorted to you soon, yeah?
Straight to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say
Isn't
that.
Wallace and Gromit's thing 42 West Wallaby Street? Or am I going crazy?
Is it?
I'm immediately veering off. I love Wallace and Gromit. They're very, very cool. They're the wrong trousers, lad. The wrong trousers. Me when I put the wrong pants on. It's the wrong trousers, Gromit.
Great.
Sorry. So, terrible joke aside, today we are talking about Series 14. What? There's a new
What?
series of Doctor Who coming out? Is there?
It's a while away.
It's crazy. But we want to talk about who we think / who we want will be writing the 8 episodes in Russell T Davies' first series returning as showrunner, starring Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. And speaking of, before our news, Crispy, I've got a fun little game for you.
Oh, okay.
It's not even a game per se, it's more just a little readout. So I'm going to give credit to at Yasmin Khan on Twitter for sharing this, Sammy. They found Millie Gibson's Letterboxd profile. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, it's a website where you can log in and basically review movies, and some of them will be really high detailed, and you're reviewing for Who culture or something, Who culture, Crispy,
I'm filming
or
for
some of
them
them could be
today as well,
absolute
actually.
memes. Some of them can be memes. You recorded something for them today. Mm-hmm. Oh, what was it? Can you spoil it?
No.
Doctor Who podcast, and we were at number 1.
So. I don't think so. Can't say anything. But if we were at number 1, maybe. We're definitely in the top 10.
He's already betrayed the podcast for Who Culture. He won't even tell us the podcast was at number 1. Disgraceful. Anyway, so I just thought I'd read out a couple of them. So, just a couple that I thought were quite funny. So, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, her review of that film, she gave it 3 stars and said, I want to try Jeremy Renner's hot sauce.
That's good.
Which is a great review of that film. If you haven't seen that film, it does sum it up very well.
Can you read out the review, and I have to try and guess the film she's talking about?
You're never gonna get any of these. I don't think.
Okay,
you can do it if you want to.
Just read it.
Let's
first.
try
Okay.
it. 4.5 stars. All right. ... Gay. You're never gonna guess this film. There's never gonna guess it, and then there's never gonna guess it.
I've got no idea. I couldn't tell you.
Shaun of the Dead.
That's good. Gosh, I'm
need
liking
to watch
Millie
Shaun of the
Gibson
Dead
by the
again.
minute. She's funny.
Yeah. And this one, I'm not going to get you to play along because I think it's absolutely hilarious. There is a film from 2013 called Begin Again. She gave it 4 stars. You're going to love this caption. The only film I can stand James Corden being in.
Wow.
There you
I was
go.
just liking
That's why I
Millie
picked it
Gibson, and now she offends
see,
my entry to Doctor
I
Who.
did that whole thing just for that one
Just
review. Okay? If you thought that was a shaky segment of the podcast, that was why.
That
It was
was
all
it.
leading to
That
that
was it.
moment. But yeah, so shout out Millie Gibson's Letterboxd profile.
Shout out
She's
Millie
an icon.
Gibson.
I wish more Doctor Who cast members had Letterboxd profiles and did meme replies like that. Be great. Be very great. Anyway, so Crispy, we got a
mate.
poll, we got some news before we get into our main topic. What are we doing first?
Maybe.
Notice how he's saying maybe until he finds the news bong. So you can see him scrolling. He's looking for it. He's looking for it.
Maybe. Oh my gosh.
That took you way too long.
It's
what
because
happened?
no, it like it was in preview mode, and then I had to put it to live, and then it was muted, and anyway.
People
that
don't
was
care
the
about
news
tech,
thing.
Crispy. The tech specs, they just want you to be good at this, and you're not good at this. It's episode 52. Get good.
Speaking of things that people don't care about, I've got some news for you regarding
Oh no!
regarding-
Oh no!
regarding our like podcast hosting platform, Riverside. They're going to have like a massive update tomorrow, so this might be the last time it looks like this. So I don't. Yeah.
I thought you were going to be talking about our main news feature.
Oh no! I was like, why is that funny? Why is that funny? No.
Because that's what everyone's been saying.
I
on
know.
Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we go with the original joke that that's what you were saying?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I found that
for
funnier.
sure. Yeah,
Okay,
go.
what's our news, Crispy?
Well, The first bit of news is that Doctor Who have announced the next transmedia thing where it's crossing over comics and audio and games and all the rest of it, called Doomsday. And to say the reception has been mixed would be an understatement. Troy, you haven't seen the official promo clip, have you?
No, so to give people a bit of context, because as I said in the Last of Us episode, and I always like to think this is my audience, I think my target audience is my mum. What does my mum know about this? And she hasn't got a blooming clue what I'm talking about. So, for context for everyone who doesn't already know, was it last year or 2 years ago now? 2 years ago, I think it
started in 2020 and then went on to 2021.
Right, okay, so there was a multimedia, multi-platform story called Time Lord Victorious that spanned across some novels, some comics, audio dramas, and also Doctor Who Time Fracture, the live theatre thing in London.
Escape rooms.
Tied into it. And escape rooms. Well, I went to Time Fracture and I didn't even really... I think there was a bit of like Gallifrey and stuff, but having not really followed the story, I didn't get any of that. I just enjoyed the experience for what it was, which is a good way to do it.
Good.
But they do this big overall story, and it was meant to explore a bit more about the 10th Doctor's kind of darker side from Waters of Mars, where it was just kind of like, I'm the last Time Lord, I'll do what I want, screw the rest of you. And it was trying to explore that more. I don't know what... I'll tell you one thing that sums it up. I don't know a single person who followed every single thing from that multi-platform story. There was just too much. There is a graphic that showed you how to follow the exact story. There were like 20 or 30 things on it. And I don't know about you. This is coming from someone who breathes the MCU. I'm not following that much stuff. It's not happening. I liked Quantum Mania. You still won't make me follow all the stuff for Time Lord Victorious. Okay, it's not happening. Which, by the way, I watched Quantum Mania again last week while I was on holiday, my friend. We both loved it. So, screw you all the Quantum Mania haters. Show us more of MODOK's backside, please. Nice. Anyway, so... No, let's not do that. So they're doing another one of these Time Lord Victorious stories called Doomsday. And I'm just going to say right now, the first thing they did wrong, I'm just going to point this out, was teasing it the day before and saying tomorrow with a big, like, Doomsday countdown thing.
Correct.
I'm sorry. What? No. The last time they did that was when they released a 60th trailer. And they wonder why people reacted badly, because people get excited. And to be fair, if you assumed it meant Matt Smith was coming back, then you were reaching to begin with. Like, that would just be dropped out of nowhere. But they hyped it up to be this big thing that was being released tomorrow. And then they put out this video. Now, I haven't seen this announcement video of 1 minute explaining what's going on. I have, however, seen Jack Reeves of the Who community doing a mock version of it. So I've got a bit of an idea. So I'm going to watch it right now, cut out the minute, and then tell you what I think of this clip. Because from what I've heard, it's not good. It's not good. And we are positive people, so we're going to try and put a positive edge on it. But
yeah,
here we go, baby. Let's give it a watch. And let's snap to me having seen it in 3, 2, 1, go. So, that was a thing.
Yeah.
So, what it basically is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but Doctor Who.
Yeah, I really want like that death that's following her to be that wolf in Puss in Boots. That would make the series for me, if I'm honest.
So Doom is the universe's greatest assassin, and literal death is chasing her down. And in 24 hours, no matter where she is, it will kill her. So it's Mummy on the Orient Express, adapted into Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
It was. The video was not great. I mean, you can tell that the Disney Plus budget did not stretch because, wow, that green screen. People had to go at the green screen in No Way Home. And, and I know it's different budgets, but you couldn't notice it in No Way Home. You can notice it there.
It's just it's a strange thing. And I think I'm actually going to make a video on it today, Troy. So it'll probably be out by this point. But
Including my reaction saying that was a thing.
Well, that's a thing. But I think it's a very strange move for them. I'm not like against the idea of doing this whole multimedia, different types of media thing. I think it's quite a cool idea, and I think they said the premise of it is that, you know, every story will be 1 hour within the 24 hours of this adventure. So essentially there'll be 24 stories, which I'm like, so okay.
It's 24 cross with Puss in Boots: Last Wish cross with Mummy on the Orient Express
equals the world's greatest assassin. Exactly. But I think it's as you said, the single silliest thing they did in this was the marketing for it, unfortunately, because I think it's a strong concept. I think it's a pretty cool concept. And I'm sure that the talent attached to it is great. Like, there are a lot of like really credible companies working on this, but they should not have released that teaser. As you said, that was a very silly thing and hyped us, all the way up. And then the second thing was just the way they've made that trailer. Like, I saw some of the comments saying, oh, like, this looks very like CBeebies, you know? It's ridiculous. And I looked at the YouTube dislikes for it, and it's got more dislikes than likes. So I think they might have realized now that, oh, maybe we had a misstep there. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing. I was looking through the Twitter replies while you were talking.
Oh, dear.
And there's just a video of Harry Hill sat behind a desk going, no, you're all right. It's from TV Burp. I miss TV Burp. Any UK listeners remember TV Burp? That was one of the best programs when I was a kid. I loved that. I've just sent you the video. I'm just looking through. Someone said, don't watch Doctor Who very often, but I will definitely watch this one. And someone replied saying, you are very easily impressed or lying, and got triple the likes. Yikes. Was the budget for this 70p? Oh dear God, why did I read the replies? Yeah, the replies, there's no mercy. But I will say, Suze Kempner, I think is how you say her name, who is playing Doom, she's in on it. She's absorbed, and you can tell that she's putting her like whole 100% into it. She loves being a part of Doctor Who. She's made that quite clear, announcing this whole thing. So I'm sure the stuff will come out of it is good, but it's just had a rocky start, is all I'll say.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, you know? Unfortunately. But it's a shame, because the first trailer for Time Lord Victorious was like so like really, really cool.
Dalek,
yeah, the animated Dalek. Yeah, I was like, ooh, that's cool. But this, like, I think I saw George Sheard suggest on Twitter, they were like, oh, you know, they could have done something like even like less, like have less money, but make it look like a found footage type thing. Like, just, you know, just the execution of it, and just standing in front of a green screen, and the rendering not being like great, and all this talk of, you know, Disney pouring money into it. It obviously hasn't come through, and a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, has Chibnall stayed on, which I think is a very mean thing to say, but anyway.
Oh yeah, that's just stupid. I mean, Chibnall's era was the best looking era of Doctor Who, arguing with them all. But like, the thing is, I think obviously with this being multimedia, there's no TV episodes. You should make that clear with a multimedia story. They won't be tied to any kind of TV. It's everything but TV, basically. So I don't think Disney has a touch in this. So any kind of budget increases from them is not going to be touching Doomsday at all. The only Doomsday I want to be watching, though, is Series 2, Episode 13.
Correct.
And on that note, we're going to move on. But if anyone is planning to watch everything or listen to everything regarding Doomsday, please do let us know. I know that one of our listeners, our old listeners, Minusich, said that he followed the Time Lord Victorious thing a little bit, but mainly read the 2 novels that came out, and they contained the bulk of the story. Right. Everything else was different perspectives and fallout and that kind of thing. So, like, if that's the case, they should market it like that for Time Lord Victorious, and they should have marketed it and said, these are the main things, everything else is around it, because I felt that would have made it more accessible. So if they do that this time around for Doomsday and go, these are the things with the main bulk of the story, if you're trying to get into it, follow that, then that'd be good. Because as far as I'm concerned, I know I've said I bought a lightsaber, but like, I'm not going to be buying a bunch of Big Finish audio dramas, a bunch of books, a bunch of comics to try and follow a story that's going to have so many parts. It's going to be hard to keep up with. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, but some people will, and I really do want to know what people think of it. So if anyone's planning to follow the whole thing through, please let us know. It'd be really cool to find out.
Let us know in the comments below. And heck, while you're there, leave a subscribe. Thank you so much.
And that was our clip for this week. If I actually make a video clip this week, because I haven't made one for a few weeks, it's fine.
That'll be a fun clip. That'll be a fun clip.
It would be a fun clip. A full debate on it to get people's opinions. But, Crispy, should we move on to the polls and go on from there?
Yeah, for sure. Oh!
Let's do it. Oh,
what was that?
There's more news.
More news. Yeah, this is just some personal news. So do you remember how last year I played a thing called the Shrek Rave?
Oh, no.
Guess who booked a gig at the Shrek Rave 2? Oh, yeah!
Oh wow, is it Far, Far Away?
Far, Far Away, baby. It's going to be so much fun.
If you don't do some kind of remix involving Jennifer Saunders' cover of I Need a Hero, you failed.
I've already got it. It's like, I found a really cool remix, and I did like a little bit of like a mashup thing. And I'll send it to you. It slaps, and it brings the house down.
Mixed up with
CBAT. I'll see what I can do.
If you don't get that joke, trust me, it's better that you don't.
Okay, But yeah.
Also, there is more news, Crispy. We're stupid.
Oh.
Ring that bell. Unit spin-off, all but confirmed. Unit spin-off, all but confirmed.
Thank you so much, all passengers. Please remain inside the vehicle.
Yeah, please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle until it has come to a complete stop.
Thank you.
It hasn't been confirmed officially by Doctor Who, but it's been reported by several prominent leakers in the community that a unit spin-off is all but happening, with Gemma Redgrave leading it. This is where I pretend to be shocked because I didn't see this coming in any way, shape or form, but nonetheless it is very exciting to hear that it's getting some proper legs, and that apparently it is plans to air in late 2024. So we get Series 14 early 2024, unit spin-off late 2024. Hope so. That sounds good.
I'm fine with
Very
that.
fine with that. And it would make up for Series 14 being shorter if we're guaranteed other Who-themed content that is going to be of a similar age group, because Russell T Davies also said Who for kids, not happening again, like Sarah Jane Adventures. The budget isn't there for kids' TV anymore. If they make a spin-off, it's going to be for all ages. Well, I think that, but also I like the idea that just it's going to be a similar audience. You know, it's a shame we won't get kids or like different age range ones, but I don't even think kids consume content in the same way anymore, right?
You're absolutely right. It's all just iPads and YouTube, so who cares?
Yeah, TikToks.
And TikTokies. But did you hear that the that Monsters spin-off thing that we were talking about a while ago is going to be animated? Did you hear about that?
I did not hear that, but that does make more sense.
Someone said online that I don't know, it's just Twitter, so I could be...
My source is that I made it up.
but they said that they were working on it and that it was animated and they seemed credible.
Okay.
So there you go. I mean, I'm all for it.
It'd be very cool.
It's just going to be like an anthology.
Animated, like in terms of getting talent, because all you got to do is put them in a voice booth.
Yeah, literally. So...
Anyway, so in typical Who's There fashion, we were talking about the news for a little while. A lot of it was spent on Doomsday. You know, I mean, they spent as long on Doomsday as the stories will. But we're going to talk about Series 4 writers, Crispy.
Oh.
That's what we're going to chat about today. Oh. Because I thought this would be a nifty little idea. So here's our premise, ladies and gentlemen. We know Series 14 has 8 episodes. Okay, we know Russell T Davies is the showrunner and one of the executive producers in conjunction with Phil Collinson and Julie Gardner. What we don't know is who any of the other writing talent that's been brought on to back up Russell T Davies would be. But we did ask you via a poll in our last episode, because there was a bit of a potential leak that came out that, to say it sent the community into a flurry is understating it, because wow, there was a very clear split on people liking and disliking this idea. But apparently it is rumoured Steven Moffat will return to write one episode for Series 14.
What?
Crispy, I'm going to put a gun to your head. Hang on. I want a quick answer. Do you think the leak is made up for no reason or not? Does it have any substance?
I think it's got some substance. I think it's got legs.
Ooh.
But here's my crazy theory adding to this. I think it'll be for Series 15, not Series 14.
That's what I would agree with you 100%. I think it's being put out there. I mean, Steven Moffat made it quite clear. He said he didn't want to go back to Doctor Who for he wouldn't showrun certainly, but he said he didn't want to write. That could just easily be him just like signing the idea. And
the man has lied in the press about Doctor Who many a time for our enjoyment.
All he has to do is think of one good story. It's not like he has to carry a whole series anymore with plot arcs and stuff. There's like, you seriously telling me that since Twice Upon a Time in 2017, over the last 5.5 years, he's not sat there once and gone, you know what, that'd be a cracking episode of Doctor Who, that.
Oh, yeah.
He's done that at least once.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be at a coffee shop and then, I don't know, see a biscuit and be like, I'm going to make a story about that.
What if the biscuits ate us, you know?
Yeah, like, what if exactly. Well, Moffat's really good at taking, like, these really strange concepts.
What if the calories counted humans?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
coming soon from Steven Moffat.
So, on YouTube, out of 379 votes, we asked, do you think Steven Moffat will return to write an episode for Series 14? 79% said yes.
Wow.
21% said no.
A lot of people like this.
Yeah, whereas on Spotify, only 15 votes, so less of a sample size, you know, for the mathematicians out there. But 53% say yes, 47% say no. I think the general consensus, based on purely voting numbers, is that yes, he's coming back for Series 14. But I'd wager 15 is more likely.
Well, here's the thing, because these leaks have started coming out now, but Davies has said for a long, long time that Series 15 is well into the production of their scripts. Like, well into the production of their scripts. Like, he was writing something recently, I can't remember, he was at a talk talking about the environment.
Yep,
and
he's already writing Series 15, yeah.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, he texted his best mate Moff and was like, I need you for an episode. And he's like, I've got the calorie counting episode. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
So, we'll see.
Beautiful.
We'll see.
Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. So, we just wanted to touch on that because now what we're going to do is we're going to try and have a bit of a chat about who we think could come back as a writer, how much we think will be new talent. We're going to try and reach some kind of balance here.
Okay.
So, we need to set the goalposts first, Crispy.
Okay.
There are 8 episodes in Series 14. How many do you think Russell T Davies is going to be writing?
Half.
You think half? You think 4? Bang in the middle?
Yep.
That seems like a reasonable estimation, because if we do have a 2-part finale, which I hope Russell brings back, I miss those dearly.
Sure he might.
And judging from some of the filming blocks on Wikipedia, episodes 4 and 5 filmed back-to-back with a director by the name of Dylan Holmes Williams. Someone else I also saw was announced on earlier, you could find on IMDb, has been cast in just episodes 4 and 5. So that leads to the theory that could be a 2-parter. So we've got that. So that means 4 and 5, 7 and 8 could be 2-parters, and then you've got 4 single episodes between them. Who knows? But if we have a couple of 2-parters, it could be that Russell writes the final 2-parter. We know that he's writing... was it episode 4 that he said was the best episode of the series?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, some people are saying, "Oh, like he hasn't written that one. He's just seen a draft of it." Like, I don't know, but I think
because if that's the case, yeah, wouldn't he write the second part if it's a 2-parter? That could mean he's writing 5 episodes of the 8, which seems a bit excessive.
Well, I reckon maybe, like, here's a guess: he'll write the opener, maybe episode 4, and then the 2-part finale.
That's what I'm thinking. But if he writes 4 and it is a 2-parter, then it'd be a bit strange for him to pass the writing off to someone else for the second half. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's not the first time it's happened in Who, though, so I wouldn't be...
When was the last time that happened?
Like the Monk trilogy.
The Monk trilogy? Yeah, but that was...
loose.
Yeah, I suppose. I think they were all kind of like... They were a trilogy, but they were all kind of like... It was like Star Wars films, right? They were connected, but they were all kind of like their own thing.
I guess, yeah.
Well, more the original trilogy, not the prequels and the sequels, but... Well, actually, the sequels is the best example of that, because they all have different blooming visions.
The best example.
But, yeah, which I still like all 3 films. Star Wars fans got angry for me saying that. But it's difficult. So, let's say he's doing 4 episodes, right? He's doing the opener, he's doing a 2-part finale, he's doing one in the middle, probably episode 4. He's already gone about how much he likes that. So we have got 4 episodes spare that we need to assign to writers. So here's my next question, Crispy.
Okay.
Here's my next question. How many are going to be written by returning talent? How many are going to be written by new talent?
Here's the thing, because we're in a very strange place in Doctor Who, because we're in the middle of this nostalgia fest. Because Russell is very much enjoying the idea of bringing back various parts of talent from the Whoniverse. First example we have, Rachel Talalay, however you say her name, for the 60th. That was a big dub, a big win. A lot of people were like, whoa, she's one of the best things Doctor Who's like had in years, and now we get her in a Russell T Davies era. Check. But then we also have to remember that the directors 2 of the directors for the 60th are new to Doctor Who as well. So I think, as I said before, Russell will play it 50-50, and going off the episode that he will take 50% of the episodes, that means I think we'll get 2 new writers and 2 returning writers. That is my game theory right there. But I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know how much the listeners are going to appreciate us agreeing on so many things, but it's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking you're going to get either 2 of each, or 1 returning and 3 new. Because I know that Russell is bringing in a lot of new people director-wise, so I wonder if he's going to try and do the same thing writer-wise. I think, if he does write 4 episodes, out of the 4 that are left over, you definitely want to have a majority of returning writers. I highly doubt that.
No.
I'd be very surprised. If he does spin that, however, he might do it for the first series, then bring in fresher talent as the stories evolve, maybe. Could spin it that way.
I don't know.
But I think a half and half split would be about right. I think, possibly. So I've got questions ready for this, Chris. This was my idea, so I've got things set up. I've got an organisational plan here.
Yeah.
Maybe. What are you typing? What are you looking up?
I'm just... Because Russell very much likes having a network of go-tos that he likes. He loves his Murray Golds. He loves his, Moffats or whatever. And I'm just wanting to look at, some of his recent collaborators. But I think he wrote all of It's a Sin. And...
He did.
Did he write all of Years and Years?
99.9% sure. Problem is, the shows that he works on, he usually he's writing it. It's not really like a big show like Doctor Who, where there's lots of writing minds passing the baton between each other, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know.
So basically, you Googled and you found nothing.
I found nothing. Well, I typed into AI, who will write the episodes of Series 14 for Doctor Who. You want to know what they said?
What did they say?
You're not going to like it. Here we go. Nothing has officially been announced. Sorry?
You asked an AI?
I did ask an AI just to see what they thought.
No.
They said, I asked who will be writing the episodes. They said it is likely that Chris Chibnall will be involved in writing all of the episodes, as he has been the main writer for the series since taking over in 2018. Other writers who have contributed recently to the show, such as Vinay Patel and Ed Heim, who I would not be opposed to returning in Series 14. That would be a Chad move from Russell, by the way.
Hey, well, you're stealing me. You're stealing me questions. Good, careful,
oh,
careful.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting my gun out. I'm getting the gun out. Again, 3D printed Spotify,
but then
YouTube.
AI just said, ultimately...
I'm sorry, I accidentally said there, sorry, Spotify, YouTube, panic. I was like, no, I meant don't panic.
Oh,
I said it
panic.
Was a fake gun.
Panic.
And I said panic by accident. Yeah, demonetize us. It's becoming a regular prop. I don't like that.
But yeah,
yeah.
So they don't know.
They don't know either. Nobody knows. That's why we're here. We're theorizing,
I think Russell would know.
Baby.
Surely.
Okay, well, you know what? I think you would know. It's been bugging me. I want to just pause the podcast for a second. Well, we're actually pausing the episode. I want to ask you quickly. Who signed that Exterminate poster behind you on the wall?
It's Peter Davison.
Very cool. Very cool.
When I met him and interviewed him, wearing this very t-shirt.
When you met Peter Davison, did he wait for you at the Comic-Con because he knew you wanted an autograph and then specifically didn't leave on time because he knew that you were coming and then went, I've got to wait for this one guy?
No, but we hung out. And
said it me and Peter Davison. Did you get a photo with him in his costume?
No,
this is just an ego boost contest now. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Ben Foster, Peter Davison, and I watched YouTube for a bit. So what of it?
I saw Jodie Whittaker so many times that she asked me if I was sick of queuing.
David Tennant is my dad.
David Tennant ate my face.
Clip.
And that's going to be a short. That's going to be a YouTube short. TikTok there. Just the little battle
ego
there.
Trip.
Yeah. There's a term I'd use to describe, but it contains a swear word, so I can't use it. But you know what I'm thinking of, and I think most people probably do. They probably don't. Anyway, so that's a nice little sideline. Should have had elevator music in there. So, Crispy, I'm going to give you. There's 2 doors. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
There is door number 1 and door number 2. We're going to go through both doors.
All right.
But you have to pick which one we go through first. Door number 1 or door number 2?
Door number 2, please.
Door number 2. Oh, interesting. So, are there any particular writers you've seen for other shows, other films, other people who've written scripts recently? Doesn't matter how unfeasible it is that they come on board. You know, any people you've seen penning stories recently that you'd like to see take the reins of an episode or 2 of Doctor Who.
I mean, I've always liked Black Mirror, so what's his name? Charlie Brooker?
Charlie Brooker. Yeah. Oh, he'd be brilliant.
I think that's been a rumor for a while. Or maybe just fan speculation that they would like to see them write for Doctor Who, and I very much would. I very, very much would.
He is.
Could be a very dark story.
The funny thing with Charlie Brooker is I didn't know him as like a dramatic writer because he used to have a comedy show called Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe where he'd take like a satirical look back on the news, some dark jokes, that kind of thing. Yeah. And that's where... Have you ever seen Philomena Kung?
No.
No, she's her real name's Diane Morgan. She's a ginger lady who does, like, interviews, and she asks really stupid questions, like, really, like I haven't got a brain level questions, but it's done for, like, comedy. You've probably seen her and not known the name, but that character was introduced in his show as well in Weekly Wipe. So it was a big thing, and I remember watching that and loving that. So knowing that he wrote Black Mirror, I was like, wow, so he does, like, drama stuff as well. Okay, cool. But he is someone, I'd love to see take on Doctor Who.
So he's got comedy chops as well.
He has got comedy chops.
And can write a really dark sci-fi story. I mean, he fits the bill very well.
Sometimes people fit the bill when you don't even know it. Because, I mean, did you see earlier that John Boyega was asked in an interview?
I did see that. What did he say?
And he said, I'd love to be in Doctor Who.
Yeah, well, get him on.
Yeah, he said that they're making great... He said that Doctor Who's setting a good trend for casting diversity with Ncuti Gatwa. And he said, I'd love to be in the show. I'd love to be on it, so let's get him in there and then give him a lightsaber like he should have had in Rise of Skywalker. That's a lot of Star Wars references.
Star Wars references. Strange.
Yeah. Just where I just get a lightsaber out and just start swinging it on the episode.
He should have been in a Jodie episode so they could have an Attack on the Block reunion, which would have been cool.
Oh, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool. But yeah, so Charlie Brooker. Anyone else come to mind that you can think of?
Just not in the Doctor Who world?
In completely separate to Doctor Who world, so like a script writer that you've
tough,
seen.
Because what I've been watching recently is both The Sandman and Good Omens, both of which are written by Neil Gaiman, but I can't see him coming back to Doctor Who. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think.
So he technically falls under returning talent anyway. But I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to stick with that kind of theme,
Okay.
imagine, and this is me going crazy.
Oh,
all right, this
gosh.
is me going far onto another spectrum. It's never
Alright.
going to happen.
Alright.
Imagine an episode of Doctor Who penned by Tim Burton.
Oh, whoa.
Imagine
Hold
how
your horses,
amazing
son.
that would be.
Hold your horses. That would be strange. Written, not directed.
I'm just going to actually Mom, I'm giving you a minute to just go, oh my god, I'd love that. Hang on. There you go.
Perfect.
She's a massive Tim Burton fan, even bigger than I am. So she'll have heard me say that and got very excited. So there you go. That's just for you. But no, genuinely, and it's not just because I watched Wednesday recently, I love Tim Burton stuff. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
I would very much love to see him take on something with Doctor.
Is he a big?
Like I said,
is he a big
it's never
writer?
going to happen. But he's penned. This is the thing. He pens some of the stuff and then he just directs some stuff.
Right.
So like it depends on the project you look at, how much he was involved from the writer's perspective. He's normally more of a director, but he has written some stuff before. Let's actually have a look. Which ones has Tim Burton written as opposed to directed? Because I actually am interested by this.
I'd love to see him direct an episode.
Yeah, that would be probably more feasible, I suppose, wouldn't it? Filmography. I want to see Tim Burton filmography. Does it tell you? Ah, look at that.
Writers credits.
Oh wow. Now that is interesting. So I'm actually really surprised by that. I'm gonna have to take my statement back. His entire list of feature films, he does not have a single yes for writers credits, other than he helped with the story on Edward Scissorhands' Nightmare Before Christmas and Frankenweenie,
Right.
and aided with the characters on Corpse Bride. But there is not a definitive yes in any of his films for writing. There's a yes in everything bar Nightmare Before Christmas for directing, and a yes in quite a few for production. So that's interesting. Whereas in TV, he wrote Stain Boy in 2000, whatever that is. He didn't write a single episode of Wednesday.
Yeah, I thought he just was like a producer or directed a couple episodes.
Well, there you go. So I take it back. So can we talk about directors this episode? And I say I'd love Tim Burton.
Well, there's another one that I always thought was going to direct an episode of Doctor Who, and that was Peter Jackson. Do you remember that at all? The Peter Jackson conversation?
Peter Jackson.
He was...
And Edgar Wright. That nearly happened as well.
Oh, and Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright was supposed to direct Rose back in the day, and he refused.
Hang on, Crispy. Do you smell that?
What do I smell?
It smells like a potential future episode to me.
Oh, directors. The directors? The directors that never were?
Yeah. The directors never were. Or just Series 14 directors or future directors. Do it like this, but a director's version. Let's put a pin in it. So, any other writers you can think of? I need to see if I can think of one now that actually fits the bill.
Yeah, crikey. I've already thought of two writers. I mean, I would happily write an episode. I'll give it a go.
Yeah, we'll write one together. Two of us.
Oh, that would be so... Can you imagine? Imagine the opening credits, and it's just, Crispy Pro and Troy Red Archer
Live. Amazing, yeah. No, the idea that came to mind for that, who screenwriters you love, is because, I don't know if you've seen, but the writers behind Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Daniel brothers, I think they're called, they were announced, they directed one episode of Star Wars, Skeleton Crew, I think it's called. Yeah, it's another Star Wars live action series. And they put a thing up going, everyone's saying we've been swallowed by the machine. No, we just wanted to do a bit of Star Wars. We did an episode, So it's writers you didn't expect, or directors you didn't expect, working with something you didn't expect. So sometimes these things can cross over. So, I can say Tim Burton won't ever happen, but you never know.
Oh,
you never know, realistically.
We never know. I think there's going to be some crazy talent involved with Series 14. I think it's very much a time for experimentation, but very strategic experimentation. I think Russell definitely knows what he's doing. So,
all right then, Crispy.
Yeah, mate.
Door number 2, your business is finished. So you're back outside.
See you later.
Door number 2 shut.
All right.
So now you have to step through door number 1.
Oh no.
And door number one, I can't even get the words out, is asking you, which returning writers would you most like to see and or think would be a better fit for Series 14? You can answer either or both of those, whether it's personal preference or objective perspective as to who you think would be better to come on. Who would you say?
I mean, it's a tough one. I have always...
one immediately.
You have one immediately? Mm-hmm. Did you want to go or you want me to go?
No, go on. You've always... I want to know what you've always done. What have you always done?
Well, I've always enjoyed a Toby Whithouse story. Always.
Let's have a little look.
I very much enjoy their work. I think my favourite piece of writing they've done is probably the God Complex. And I think they're some of the best looking episodes, weirdly enough. But maybe that's just me.
He wrote the following stories: School Reunion, The Vampires of Venice, The God Complex, A Town Called Mercy, Under the Lake and Before the Flood, and The Lie of the Land.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're a strong writer. And I'd happily welcome them back. And they have worked with Russell T before. He what?
He was the series creator of Being Human. You're having a laugh.
Was he?
He was the series creator of Being Human and wrote 17 of the show's 37 episodes. That's mad.
I don't even know what Being Human is.
Did you never watch... Oh, that is like quintessential British TV. Do you remember, Russell Tovey?
Mm-hmm.
Him, Aidan Turner, who's in Lemons, 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 which, by the way, I'm seeing in 2 days.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, we'll have seen it by the time this episode goes out. So him and... I can't remember the girl's name. What was her name? Because I've seen her in something else more recently. What was her name? I'm not doing her... Lenora Critchlow? That's her name. What has she been in recently? But the three of them together played a vampire, werewolf, and a ghost that all lived together in a house in London.
Nice.
And they interacted with like supernatural things, and it was a bit like a mix of like a drama and a comedy, and it was phenomenal. And like a couple of cast members dipped in and came back out as it went along, but she was absolutely brilliant in that. All three of them were brilliant in it, to be honest. What have I seen her in recently? Because I know she's been in something that I'm forgetting. I have no idea. I don't see it immediately. So I'm embarrassing myself there. Apologies. Maybe I saw something else she was in and just went, oh, I know her. But so Toby Whithouse created that series. So I'm therefore with you. Get him in on it. Get him writing.
Please.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a safe choice. It's not like, yes, it needs to be, but if you want a decent story, get my boy Whithouse on. No worries. No worries.
I agree. He also wrote one episode of Torchwood, Greeks Bearing Gifts, but I don't know.
What?
7 episodes of the first series.
I watched a bit of Torchwood last night. Had a great time.
Wow, some weird alien-looking thing. That looks a bit like one of the aliens out of Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't know. Anyway, so Toby Whithouse, very good shout. You ready for mine?
Yes, sir. Bring it.
There's no one better I would pick from the more recent years of Doctor Who to write back. In fact, possibly for all of modern Doctor Who, someone who I think has popped up recently and has wowed everybody. Maxine Alderton. You must have seen this coming.
Cha-ching. Yeah, that was
writer
also...
of both The Haunting of Villa Diodati and The Village of the Angels. You can't... They're both just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're both fantastic episodes of Doctor Who.
Very, very fun stuff.
Regardless of what people think of Chibnall as a writer or Chibnall series or any of that stuff, you will often see people saying that her stuff was peak. It was really good.
It's so funny. Have you ever seen JX's 5-hour-long video on the fall of Doctor Who?
No disrespect to JXC, you couldn't pay me to watch a 5-hour video talking about the fall of Doctor Who. I haven't got that much.
I haven't seen all of it, but I went to the end, and they spend a long time talking about how peak Haunting of Villa Diodati is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they absolutely adore it. They were like,
this is what video.
No, it's like an incredibly analytical view on why the Chibnall era did not live up to the success, or could have been so much more or whatever. It's a good watch. It's very well done. It's not just hating on it, but yeah, I think the last half hour is purely on the Haunting of Villa Diodati being this is what the series should have been. Because
all right, I'll watch the last bit.
Yeah, literally. And I completely agree. I think Haunting is one of the best of Jodie's era. Village is one of the best of Jodie's era, and would happily welcome them back to the world of Doctor Who with Shooty and Millie. Why not? See what happens.
Easily.
Thank you.
She wrote something absolutely fantastic in both of those episodes. She came right in. She knew what she was doing. I mean, she was a writer for Emmerdale, I believe. I remember hearing this somewhere. And she wrote 180 episodes of Emmerdale or something. There you go. Alderton graduated to writing for the long-running ITV soap opera Emmerdale, writing over 120 episodes since 2013, and winning Best Writer at the Royal Television Society Yorkshire Awards in 2017.
Good start.
So she, to write for a soap, I mean, soaps have got to have consistently, semi-decent to good writing in every single episode for Emmerdale 5 days a week. That's no small task. I mean, you can obviously argue that some soaps are better than others, I won't name names. EastEnders. As not good. That's just my opinion. Sorry, I
Is that where Millie came
you
from?
like EastEnders, valid, but it's what?
Is that where Millie was before this?
Yeah, no, she was in Coronation Street.
Oh, gosh, I can't keep up with all of it.
Coronation Street used to be one that I really liked. I feel like that's dipped off a little bit. My mum and I both just don't really care. I don't watch a lot of soaps anymore anyway, but Emmerdale is just, it's peak. Always has been.
Nice.
Emmerdale. Nice bit of a Yorkshire village. Last bit of drama in Yorkshire. Terrible accent. We're going to move on quick before this accent sticks for too long. Crispy, who else are we having on? Sorry, I've got to stop. So, who else are we picking as returning talents? Should we try and pick one more each?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's say no Steven Moffat. We've talked about him. We think he's probably going to come back series 15.
He'll probably be there.
We can both agree one of the best writers Doctor Who's ever had. We don't need to go down that road. We know that that's a separate argument. So non-Steven Moffat, we've had Toby Whithouse, we've had Maxine Alderton. Who do you go for next?
I'm going to go for... How do I say his name? Richard Curtis.
Ooh, okay. So give us the spill the beans. What's he written?
I think they only wrote the one Van Gogh episode, and it still has, it's always in conversation about Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. The one episode my girlfriend has really seen and loved was that one, because it's everywhere. People are talking about that. It's viral on TikTok. Viral on TikTok every other day. And I thought that was a beautiful story, and it's a crime that they haven't come back to the show. I'm pretty sure that's what they wrote. Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, I think it was the only one as far as I know.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I'm just having a look through some other names to see who else we can pick out, to be honest with you. So, Richard Curtis. Yes, there we are. Richard Curtis only wrote one episode in 2010 titled Vincent and the Doctor.
And they were an executive producer on the official Doctor Who BBC parody, The Curse of the Fatal Death. Did you know that?
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Fair enough.
Talent.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't realise Robert Shearman was only wrote Dalek, the Dalek episode of Series 1, and never wrote another episode again.
Why? Interesting. Why do people do this? Do they just not get asked back? I mean, probably.
Probably.
The schedule fills up very easily,
So you're going for Richard Curtis?
Yeah, please. Give us another phenomenal episode.
I'm going to give you... I've got a couple of options here, and I'm torn between who to...
Are you giving me more doors?
There's two writers, but there's one I definitely want to argue for first. Okay. And that is Paul Cornell.
Okay, what's their previous work?
He is the writer of Father's Day of Series 1 fame, and also the phenomenal two-parter Human Nature and the Family of Blood.
I didn't realise they wrote Father's Day as well as that. I thought
he did.
I thought that
they always have to break your heart, basically.
And they were the one that novelised the Seventh Doctor Human Nature story.
Yeah, because if you didn't know that, actually, Paul Cornell originally wrote Human Nature as a story for the Seventh Doctor. Russell T Davies saw it and went, "Can you adapt this for Series 3?" And he was like, "Yeah."
So no worries. Gosh.
He's like, "No worries. Do it with a bit of bread and butter as well. Delicious. Fantastic.
Gosh, I'm hungry now.
We all lapped it up because television. Like Martin Scorsese says, cinema, television.
Yeah, we should coin that. We should
do that. That should be our ongoing bit now. Television. Yeah, fantastic. So, Paul Cornell, and special final little shout-out just to Sarah Dollard, who wrote Face the Raven and Thin Ice. Thin Ice, granted, not one of the greatest episodes of Doctor Who. I still think it's good. Still enjoy it.
It's still fun. Face the Raven is also
Face the Raven.
Television.
It takes, I feel like, personally, maybe I'm just easily impressed, but I think it takes skill to write a convincing story that then gets spun in its head halfway through. Because it's meant to be this detective story.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden it spins to, oh, by the way, Clara's dying. The next 20 minutes are about Clara dying. But you didn't see that coming, but Clara's dying. Also, shout out to having Letitia Wright in that episode. It's so weird to think Shuri, the new Black Panther, was in Doctor Who. Wild.
The strangest.
If you didn't already realise that, she was the what was the species name? Who had the face on the side?
Two heads, I don't know.
I want to say Volus, but it wasn't Volus. That's a species in Mass Effect, so I'm going crazy. What was the name of the...
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Troy.
I'm reading it. Just
okay.
Pass some time.
Okay, I'll pass some time.
Talk over it at least. Come on, give us something.
Powered by Riverside. I am a little man. singing with some space jazz.
Okay, I can't. The woman. No, I can't find the species name. It'll be somewhere.
Someone in the comments is screaming.
Yeah, someone's screaming. Someone knows this stuff. Someone knows it. But yeah, so Face the Raven was phenomenal, and I want to see Sarah Dollard write something else.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And they're also Aussie, so represent.
Oh God, never mind. I don't want to see her write anything anymore. I've got enough Australians from you.
Shrimps on the Barbie. Shooty put a shrimp on the Barbie movie, mate.
And also Vinay Patel, who wrote Future of the Jadoon, Chris Chibnall. And also wrote
Demons of the Punjab, I believe. Which is one of the greatest Jodie episodes, by the way, just quietly.
Let's just double check that.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, Demons of the Punjab, Future of the Jadoon. Yeah, I agree. Very good, mate. I think that's a good point to wrap up there.
Oh, cool.
So, Crispy,
yeah, mate.
Who's our dream team? Let's assemble some names. Who's
Avengers,
our dream Series 14 team?
Assemble.
Avengers Assemble. So, Russell T Davies is writing 4 episodes. We're saying that.
Yeah, let's say it. Right off the bat.
Who are the 4 we bring back, we cast as new, that you would like most?
Oh, gosh.
Obviously, this is not going to be the real list, because who we cast is almost definitely not going to get picked.
If we predict this, I will buy you a burrito.
Lightsaber.
A burrito lightsaber, correct.
No, go big or go home. It's not going to happen, so you may as well say you'll buy me a lightsaber.
All right, fine. I will buy you a big burrito lightsaber.
No, a lightsaber.
I'm really hungry and I have a burrito in the fridge, which is why I keep bringing that up. Anyway.
I really don't appreciate that because I've just started my diet again, and I can't eat anything else today now.
I'm so
maxed out on my calories.
Wow.
I know, by the way, before anyone says it, calorie deficit diets are not the way to go, but trust me, I am such a fussy eater. You couldn't pay me to eat half the stuff on a healthy diet. So this is my only way, and it's that way or the highway. It's that way, or I end up being too big again. I can't have that. I don't want to put too much weight on Crispy.
You're bloody perfect, mate. You're perfect the way you are. Don't worry about it, brother.
I don't want to go over the weight limit.
Goodness.
Sorry, that was terrible.
That's
that was awful. But yeah, so who are we picking? Are we going Charlie Brooker? You sticking with Charlie Brooker?
All right. Episode 1, Russell T Davies.
Okay.
Episode 2, coming in hot with Charlie Brooker. All right?
Okay.
That's what we're doing. Episode 3. Ooh, let's keep it traditional. Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know. Put Neil Gaiman in there. Why not? Just for fun.
Neil Gaiman. Wow.
Just for fun. Okay. It's not going to happen because I think Man said he's never coming back to Doctor Who after his experience on Nightmare in Silver, but that's regardless. Episode 4, Russell T Davies slug episode.
Live slug reaction.
Episode 5. Maxine. Why not? Chuck Maxine in there.
Maxine Alderton. Okay, all right.
And then, help me out with this last one, Troy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who I want.
Episode 6, Toby Whithouse.
Oh, Mr. Whithouse.
I would have hesitated. I would have swapped Toby and Maxine. I would have had Toby finish off episode 5.
Yeah.
And have Maxine do a unique story at 6 to try and start to wrap things up, like Haunting of Villa Diodati.
Nice, yes. Good point. Yeah, all right, do that.
Actually, if you think about it, she wrote the third to last episode in both the seasons she was involved in.
My goodness, you are absolutely... All right, well then...
So there you go. She's third to last again in Series 14.
That's a sure
6.
bet.
And then episode 7 and 8, who's writing them?
The Big Daddy Russell T.
And he'd be delighted to.
He'd be delighted.
I hate how that's our ongoing quote for Russell T. It's just him going, I'd be delighted.
I'd be delighted.
Can't even do the accent very well. If he ever hears it, he's going to kill us. You know that, right?
We were like, oh, can you put a massive slug in the episode? He'd be like, I'd be delighted.
Can the slug suck people up? I'd be delighted to.
I'd be delighted.
We actually
scared me there.
Problem. Shut up. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap to episode 52 of Who's the Doctor Who podcast. What are we calling it?
This is Series 4, Doctor Who Series 14.
Who will write for Series 14?
Yeah. Boom.
Who will write for Series 14? Boom. Boom. Bah. Boom.
You're done now.
Yeah. We're doing Man's Not Hot in 2023. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, correct.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the state of this podcast.
I still know all the words to it. Don't make me sit here and do all the words.
2 + 2 is 4. -1. That's 3 quick maths.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next week we will be talking about what, Crispy?
Well, there's various things that could happen. I haven't nailed an interview time, but potentially we have an interview talking about Disney Plus things because I have a rather big video essay coming out. But if not, then we'll be we will eventually be on a date with Yasmin
Dating
Khan.
Mandip Gill.
Yeah, so it's either one of those. So keep your butts on the edge of your seat because it's going to be a wild time. It's going to be a wild time.
Remember that episode 54 in 2 weeks' time is Troy met Matt Smith. So enjoy that.
And then after that will be a very special video with Crispy meeting someone as well and walking around town with them.
Janet Fielding?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Baby,
Can you
we'll
please
see.
get to record a video to shout out to me? Please, I'm begging you.
I can ask. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. Nothing is confirmed just yet. And also, there's some other people going to that might be good for a video or something. Anyway, I'll tell you about it after this.
Okay, all right. I was just going to say, it's so funny because Liverpool Comic Con has been tweeting out going, oh, you know, the Wednesday guests have almost sold out, Emma Myers is almost sold out, Hunter Doom, blah, blah, blah. They haven't mentioned once about Matt Smith nearly selling out. So you can still buy his autographs. I think they were like 80% sold or something like that. You can still buy an autograph, and I'm still, Crispy, I'm like that close to asking for a second autograph purely to get him to sign Have Sex on something Morbius related. I'm so close. I cannot begin to express to you. Oh, hang on. Oh.
What has he found?
They've changed it. Matt Smith has sold out of things.
Oh.
It doesn't say, right, so normally it says Saturday photograph or Saturday autograph. It just says Saturday now. I don't know what's left over. Is it a photo? Is it an autograph?
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you,
Maybe I can't get him to have sex.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Hang on. Let me press OK, and then if I go to the checkout, I might see what it is. It's a photograph. He sold out on autos, Crispy.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
He won't be having sex.
Oh, mate. He won't be delighted. Oh, gosh. Who are we? I don't know.
I hate you.
No, you don't. Oh. No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Speaking of, by the way, we were talking about Doom earlier. The world's greatest assassin. Why would the Doctor want to help save her? And then someone said, well, River Song was a bit of a violent person, so maybe the Doctor will. But
no, we'll see.
You know, just want to make that point. Just sliding that in the end. But there you go. I have no idea how long this episode's been on for. I'm not actually sure we finished a bit early. Did we finish early, Crispy?
I reckon we'll make the hour. It doesn't matter. We'll
make the hour. We better had. We need to be giving the people what they want.
What do they want, Troy?
Shout outs for our new members, which I should have done at the start of the episode. But, we want to just give a special shout out because I love this. There was a comment from Liam Stringer saying that he just found the podcast and, you know, greetings from, I think it was Colorado.
Oh, nice.
So thank you, Liam.
Hello.
But he saw the podcast, watched an episode, left a comment, and then immediately became a YouTube channel member. Thank you, Liam.
That's the way to do it. Well done. Thank you. Wow, we must have made somewhat of an impression. Or maybe they pity us.
Maybe. But if you are enjoying the podcast, on YouTube you can click the join button. You get a special little badge next to your name.
It's pretty exciting
stuff.
Us,
helps keep the podcast going, pay our bills, that kind of thing. And you can also subscribe on Spotify. No one's done that, but if you want to, that would purely just be to support us. There's not too much out that you get out of it. It's more just to help support the podcast. We need to try and get a bit of a better idea as to what we can do in return for people. You know?
Don't worry. We'll have a meeting.
Maybe early access to podcast episodes, but it depends on how fast we can get them edited. Yeah. That might be a bit too much pressure. We'll see. I just wanted to do a shout out because I haven't done one for a while. So, Three Wheelie Boy, Barney the Cockapoo's mom, Maisie, you're here again. Matthias and Liam, all four of you are currently channel members. Thank you all very much for your support. We do greatly appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And you know what else I appreciate?
What?
When you give me your closing comments. So, Crispy, give me them.
My closing comments today is that I want you guys to not worry necessarily about who's writing Series 14, because one thing is for certain is that Russell will be writing at least an episode or two. And you know what? He'd be delighted. So
that is for certain. I agree. That
absolutely for certain. That is for certain, as I said.
So, when I get changed, I'll have to put my shirt in.
Yes. I need to put my pants into my shirt in.
Tuck your shirt in.
Please tuck your shirt in. End this episode, please, Troy.
You can tell it's late because my brain just ain't there anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 52 of the podcast. We'll see you all next week with maybe an interview, maybe dating Mandip Gill. If you don't get what we're talking about at this point, it's funnier if we just leave it ambiguous.
Exactly.
Something's happening next week, you know?
It's going to be
Something
wild.
Is coming. What is it? We don't know. Crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We will see you all next week in episode 53 of the show where two YouTubers get together and talk about Doctor Who. Until then, it's goodbye from Crispy.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. We'll see you all in 1 week's time. Until then, I'm on Z, baby.
I'm on Z, baby!